Just as the Empire advanced with complete confidence, human soldiers emerged from the shadows. Unprepared and overwhelmed, the Empire faced a force it never expected. Don't miss this epic twist. Subscribe now. The Empire stretched across countless star systems, its ships gliding through the void like gleaming arrows. Entire planets trembled at the mention of its name, citizens whispering in fear as Imperial fleets arrived in their skies. From icy moons to burning desert worlds, no civilization had yet resisted the Empire's might. Its banners flew over conquered worlds, signaling the arrival of absolute authority and the end of freedom. Generals and admirals commanded massive fleets with ruthless precision. Every decision focused on swift conquest and total control. Their strategy was simple but terrifying: overwhelm the planet with superior firepower and force obedience without mercy. Entire star systems fell in weeks. Entire populations submitted to imperial rule, leaving no room for rebellion or negotiation. The Empire's soldiers were not ordinary warriors. They were trained from birth to fight, conquer, and obey. Clad in advanced armor and armed with weapons that could annihilate entire cities, they became symbols of fear wherever they went. Ships of all sizes patrolled every orbit, ensuring that resistance could not take root. Even whispers of defiance were crushed before they could grow into action. The ruling council of the Empire watched from their crystal towers, plotting expansions into new sectors. They believed nothing could stop their advance, for every enemy had fallen before them. Entire civilizations had collapsed under the weight of their technology, strategy, and sheer intimidation. And yet, in the quiet corners of space, rumors began to spread about a species called humans, who had never been conquered. Humans lived on distant, less explored planets, seemingly simple and primitive in the eyes of the Empire. Their colonies were small, their fleets almost invisible, and their technology appeared modest compared to the Empire's gleaming starships. To the Empire, they were nothing more than a curiosity, an unremarkable species that could not pose any threat. Yet their very invisibility concealed centuries of preparation, patience, and hidden power. The Empire moved confidently toward human space, unaware that the humans had been watching them as closely as the Empire had observed other civilizations. Every Imperial scout ship that passed near human planets returned with reports of peaceful worlds, silent colonies, and apparently defenseless populations. Each report reinforced the Empire's arrogance, making them underestimate the humans even more. As the Empire's fleets advanced, their immense size and power cast long shadows across neighboring systems. Entire planets lit up with the glow of warships, and the hum of engines filled the void. Colonies in the outer reaches shivered under the looming threat, knowing that resistance seemed impossible. Messages of surrender were sent to neighboring civilizations as a warning of what awaited those who resisted. The Empire's conquest seemed unstoppable, a tidal wave of power sweeping through the galaxy. Leaders of the Empire celebrated their victories, confident that nothing could halt their expansion. Medals were awarded, stories of heroism were broadcast across star systems, and citizens of conquered planets were forced to honor their new rulers. The Empire thrived on fear and obedience, turning each conquest into a spectacle of absolute dominance. No corner of the galaxy seemed safe, no civilization immune. Yet in the hidden corners of human colonies, children trained in secret, engineers built machines of unimaginable power, and strategists studied the Empire's every move. The humans seemed ordinary, but beneath the surface, a quiet strength and determination had been growing for generations. They had watched, learned, and prepared, knowing that one day their moment would come. A force far greater than the Empire expected was quietly taking shape, ready to challenge the galaxy's greatest conquerors. The Empire did not notice the signs, blinded by its own confidence. It saw only the surface, the apparent simplicity of human worlds, never guessing that this unassuming species had the potential to turn the tides of history. And so, as the Empire celebrated its victories and planned further expansion, it unknowingly moved toward a confrontation that would shake the galaxy, a challenge unlike any it had faced before. Every system they conquered brought them closer to human space. Yet the Empire remained unaware, thinking themselves unstoppable. Their arrogance blinded them to the truth, that the humans they dismissed as weak had been silently preparing, quietly growing stronger, waiting for the moment when the empire would least expect it. Their conquest had begun. But the first chapter of the humans' response was about to be written. On the distant planets humans called home, life seemed ordinary. But beneath the surface, remarkable progress was unfolding. Families built homes, children played in open fields, and cities appeared peaceful. Yet scientists, engineers, and strategists worked tirelessly in hidden labs and bunkers. Every invention, every strategy, every new technology was carefully designed to strengthen humanity and prepare for the unknown. Humans had learned from history, observing other civilizations and the rise of empires. They studied the failures of those who relied solely on force, understanding that survival depended on intelligence, adaptability, and unity. Entire generations were trained not only in combat, but in leadership, critical thinking, and teamwork, ensuring that when the time came, humanity would act with precision and coordination unlike any other species. Colonies developed advanced technology in secret, from cloaking systems to energy weapons far beyond the Empire's expectations. Every innovation was tested quietly, away from prying eyes, and every failure was carefully learned from. Humans had perfected stealth and misdirection, appearing weak while building formidable capabilities beneath the surface. Their starships were small but highly efficient, their armies disciplined, and their command networks almost impossible to trace. Education was not limited to schools. It was a part of life. Every child learned survival skills, history, and strategic thinking, while adults shared knowledge across generations. A culture of resilience and patience grew, and human society became stronger, not by conquest, but by preparation. Every achievement was celebrated quietly, not for glory, but for the growth of a civilization ready to protect itself. Communication networks were built to be secure and untraceable, allowing human leaders to coordinate across vast distances. Their scientists studied alien technologies, reverse-engineered unknown devices, and integrated them into their own systems. Each breakthrough made humans more capable and unpredictable, creating a web of technology and intelligence that no empire could easily anticipate. Military training was unique, combining traditional combat with futuristic tactics. Small squads were taught infiltration, sabotage, and guerrilla strategies, while larger forces practiced coordinated strikes and planetary defense. Strategy simulations ran continuously, testing every possible scenario, ensuring that when the humans finally acted, their moves would be precise and devastating. Discipline and creativity were valued equally, allowing humans to respond to any threat with flexibility and innovation. Even everyday life contributed to preparation. As civilians maintained essential skills and knowledge, farmers learned resource management, builders mastered structural defense, and technicians kept critical systems operational under all conditions. Every citizen became part of a larger network, ready to support the defense of their worlds. Humanity's strength was not just in its technology or armies, but in the shared determination of its people. Humans had also formed alliances with nearby species, quietly exchanging knowledge and resources. Some civilizations admired humans' restraint, while others doubted their capabilities. The Empire, however, remained ignorant of these subtle networks, seeing only what appeared ordinary and underdeveloped. Underestimating humans became the Empire's greatest mistake, as it failed to notice the careful preparation that had gone unnoticed for centuries. While the Empire expanded, humans continued to grow stronger. Observing every imperial movement, analyzing weaknesses, and refining strategies, entire fleets were maintained in stealth, ready to deploy instantly, while hidden defense platforms protected key planets. Humans had created a system that was self-sufficient, resilient, and capable of striking with incredible speed and accuracy. Cultural growth was equally important as humans cultivated art, philosophy, and social cohesion alongside military readiness. Every individual understood their role. Every community contributed to the collective strength. This unity created an unbreakable spirit, a determination that no force could easily crush. Humanity's patience and preparation had turned what appeared to be ordinary life into a foundation for extraordinary power. As the Empire approached, humans remained outwardly calm, giving no hint of their true capabilities. Their history of silent growth, disciplined training, and hidden technology was about to be revealed. A civilization once dismissed as insignificant was ready to demonstrate that it was not only capable of defending itself, but of reshaping the galaxy's balance of power. When the moment arrived, the Empire would be forced to confront the reality of human strength, cunning, and unity. Generations of preparation culminated in this silent readiness. Every human knew their part, every system had been tested, and every plan had a backup. What seemed like quiet life was in fact the calm before an extraordinary awakening. The humans' hidden growth had created a force capable of challenging even the most powerful empire. And the galaxy had no idea what was about to unfold. A massive Imperial fleet advanced toward human space, its enormous ships cutting through the darkness like blades. Each vessel carried thousands of soldiers, advanced weapons, and the confidence of a civilization used to easy victories. The Empire expected submission, convinced that the humans were weak, isolated, and incapable of resistance. Their scouts reported empty skies, quiet planets, and seemingly defenseless colonies, reinforcing the Empire's arrogance. The humans appeared to vanish, leaving no signs of military presence or defensive structures. To the Empire, it seemed almost amusing, a species so insignificant that it did not even respond. Entire sectors were mapped and analyzed, with Imperial officers commenting on the apparent simplicity of human worlds. Every signal intercepted from human colonies suggested peace, normalcy, and helplessness. Yet this calm was misleading, a carefully constructed illusion hiding decades of preparation. As the Imperial fleet moved deeper into human space, ships passed over sprawling cities, green fields, and bustling towns. Nothing in the surface life suggested that a formidable defense was lying in wait. The Empire's confidence grew with every step, as if the humans themselves were inviting conquest. Commands flowed from the flagship, telling admirals to advance, occupy, and take control with minimal resistance. Each fleet movement was precise, the Empire believing that efficiency would guarantee victory. Imperial officers joked about the humans' weakness, unaware that they were being studied from every angle. Advanced sensors on hidden human satellites gathered information silently, recording Imperial formations, weapon strengths, and tactical approaches. Human strategists analyzed every move, predicting the Empire's next steps. The humans knew the strengths of their enemy, yet the Empire remained blind to the preparation that had been centuries in the making. Planets approached one after another, each presenting an image of serenity. The Imperial fleet deployed landing craft, ready to occupy key cities and install governors. Messages of surrender were broadcast, demanding compliance, yet none of the humans openly responded. The silence unnerved some officers, but others laughed, dismissing it as fear or indecision. To the Empire, hesitation was weakness, and weakness invited domination. Yet beneath the surface, human defenses were already in position, hidden beneath cities, cloaked in forests, and submerged in oceans. Every weapon, from planetary cannons to stealth ships, waited for the exact moment to strike. Humans had studied the Empire's tactics, predicting not only attack routes, but also the psychological assumptions of arrogance and overconfidence. Every feigned retreat and silence had been intentional, designed to lure the Empire further into a trap. As scouts and probes moved closer to human installations, they were quietly disabled or misdirected. Alien technology was intercepted and neutralized with minimal exposure. The humans ensured that no early confrontation would reveal their true strength, allowing the Empire to advance confidently into a space that was far more dangerous than they imagined. Every Imperial command assumed ease, not realizing that the humans had rewritten the rules of engagement. The Empire underestimated the patience of humans, believing victory was measured by speed and overwhelming power. They failed to consider discipline, strategy, and the careful coordination that had taken generations to perfect. Every human colony was a node in a larger defense network, communicating silently and ready to respond instantly. The humans had created a web of readiness so intricate that even the Empire's most experienced admirals could not comprehend it. Small human units prepared for infiltration, while planetary shields and automated defenses were activated remotely. Systems were designed to appear inactive until the exact moment of engagement. Giving the impression that humans had no resistance at all, psychological warfare had already begun as Imperial officers sensed the odd stillness, an invisible presence that contradicted their assumptions. Every report, every movement, every observation played into the humans' plan. As the Empire approached the capital system, the first cracks in their confidence began to appear. Minor malfunctions, unexplained signals, and subtle anomalies raised questions. Yet their arrogance remained strong, and most dismissed these signs as coincidence. The humans waited, knowing that the longer the Empire believed in their weakness, the more effective the coming strikes would be. Every detail had been calculated, every move planned, ensuring that when the moment arrived, the Empire would be unprepared for what lay ahead. Entire fleets of Imperial ships moved blindly into a carefully orchestrated human trap. The Empire believed itself unstoppable, yet in the shadows, humanity's true strength and strategy had already taken hold. Every silent moment, every observation, and every deceptive signal had prepared the stage for a response that would shock the galaxy. The humans had chosen patience over haste, and their moment of revelation was approaching with terrifying precision. Colonial cities and hidden bases across human space buzzed with quiet activity. Engineers adjusted systems, strategists reviewed maps, and soldiers prepared silently for orders. Every installation was equipped with advanced technology, from automated defense turrets to cloaked strike ships. Humans moved with precision, ensuring that every plan could be executed flawlessly. Each person knew their role, from the youngest trainee to the most experienced commander, creating a network of readiness that spanned entire planets. Underground bunkers and secret laboratories hummed with activity. Scientists monitored energy shields, weapon calibrations, and communications networks. Every system was tested repeatedly, ensuring no weakness could be exploited. Supply chains ran quietly, moving equipment, food, and fuel to hidden locations. The humans had perfected efficiency and secrecy, allowing them to prepare without revealing their strength to the approaching Empire. Strategists studied Imperial movements constantly, tracking fleet positions, weapon configurations, and anticipated tactics. Every prediction was cross-checked against simulations, giving humans a clear picture of what the Empire expected to encounter. They understood that the Empire relied heavily on arrogance and assumption, and this knowledge became their greatest advantage. Every false move, every feigned weakness, and every silence was carefully designed to manipulate Imperial decisions. The Empire believed that human worlds were quiet and unprepared, seeing only the outward normalcy of daily life. They had no idea that beneath the surface, entire cities could transform into fortified strongholds, ready to launch coordinated attacks. Civilian infrastructure doubled as defensive installations, and everyday buildings concealed hidden weaponry. Humans had created a perfect blend of normalcy and tactical readiness, making their worlds appear peaceful while hiding incredible power. Families contributed to preparation without even knowing the full scope. Children learned emergency drills, adults practiced resource management, and communities maintained backup energy and communication systems. Every citizen became part of the larger plan, creating a population that could support defense and recovery operations simultaneously. The unity and discipline of humanity became as important as technology or firepower, forming an invisible shield that the Empire could not detect. Hidden fleets waited in orbital hangars and cloaked stations. Each ship was small, agile, and capable of devastating precision attacks. Pilots trained tirelessly, simulating every possible engagement scenario. From asteroid fields to urban environments, humans mastered the art of tactical surprise, allowing them to strike with maximum effect and minimal risk. Every vessel and soldier was ready to act instantly when the command was given. Advanced artificial intelligence systems monitored communications, sensors, and environmental conditions, ensuring that no movement went unnoticed and no threat was unaccounted for. These AI networks could coordinate responses faster than human commanders alone, integrating data from multiple planets and fleets to create synchronized strategies. Humanity's preparedness was not limited to a single location, but extended across an entire sector. Every system, every unit, and every citizen formed part of a greater defense network. The humans anticipated psychological warfare as well, knowing that the Empire's overconfidence could be turned against it. Minor anomalies and unexplained phenomena were left in Imperial paths to create doubt and confusion. Imperial officers began to notice irregularities, but dismissed them as coincidence. Each moment of hesitation worked to humanity's advantage, making the Empire more vulnerable without any open confrontation. Simultaneously, specialized units practiced infiltration, sabotage, and defensive maneuvers. Ready to engage enemy forces with precision strikes, every soldier trained to adapt to changing circumstances. Combining strategy, intuition, and technology, the humans understood that flexibility and innovation were as important as strength. Ensuring that even unexpected Imperial tactics could be countered quickly and effectively. Resources were hidden across multiple locations, creating redundancy in every aspect of defense. Fuel, ammunition, food, and energy systems could be rerouted instantly in case of attack. Backup fleets could deploy from secondary stations, and automated systems could maintain defense even if human operators were compromised. Humanity had created layers of protection that were invisible to the Empire, making their apparent vulnerability completely misleading. As the Empire advanced, humans observed silently, allowing Imperial forces to draw closer while remaining undetected. Every Imperial step was studied and predicted. Their confidence would soon become a weakness, exploited by humans who had planned for centuries. Patience and preparation became the greatest weapons, as the calm before the storm set the stage for an extraordinary and unexpected counterattack. Generations of effort had led to this moment. Every calculation, every strategy, every secret technology ready to be revealed at the perfect time. The humans' meticulous preparation ensured that when the first Imperial ships were engaged, the Empire would realize too late that they had underestimated an entire civilization. Every silent action, every hidden machine, and every trained citizen contributed to the moment humanity would finally show its true strength. As the Imperial fleet entered human space, the first signs of resistance erupted suddenly, and with devastating effect. Hidden war machines activated from cloaked stations, firing with precision and overwhelming power. Entire vanguard units were destroyed within moments, their confidence shattered. The humans struck at the exact locations they had predicted the Empire would advance, leaving no chance for recovery. Imperial commanders were stunned, unable to understand how their perfectly planned movements were being countered so efficiently. The humans had chosen the timing of their attack carefully, waiting until the Empire was deep within their territory. Their strike was sudden but coordinated, combining orbital bombardments, stealth ship assaults, and automated defenses. Entire fleets were caught in crossfire, unable to retreat or reorganize. The humans had studied the Empire's tactics for generations, and every maneuver was designed to exploit weaknesses the Empire did not even know it had. On planetary surfaces, hidden artillery and energy cannons targeted Imperial ships as they attempted to land troops. Explosions rocked the fleets, sending massive vessels tumbling through space. The humans had created traps within the planets themselves, underground tunnels and concealed launch bays that allowed them to attack from unexpected directions. Soldiers and machines moved in perfect synchronization, striking where the Empire least expected, and then disappearing just as quickly. Imperial communications grew chaotic as reports of losses, malfunctions, and mysterious attacks flooded command centers. Officers tried to regroup and call for reinforcements, but the humans had already anticipated these attempts. Jamming systems, disrupting signals, and cutting off supply lines, the Empire's confidence turned to confusion and fear, as every move they made seemed to lead into another trap. Their assumptions about human weakness were collapsing under the reality of strategic brilliance and technological superiority. Small human squads infiltrated larger Imperial vessels, sabotaging engines, weapon systems, and command centers from within. Each team moved silently, leaving chaos in their wake. Ships that had seemed invincible moments before were rendered useless by careful precision attacks. Imperial soldiers could not believe the efficiency and skill of their opponents. The humans combined advanced technology with strategic thinking, ensuring that even the Empire's most powerful units were vulnerable. The timing and coordination of attacks created psychological shock as well. Imperial commanders began questioning their own intelligence. Doubts spread through fleets as minor errors compounded into confusion. The humans exploited this uncertainty, striking multiple targets simultaneously and retreating before the Empire could respond. Every engagement was calculated to maximize effect and minimize risk, ensuring the humans remained in control despite smaller numbers. Orbital defenses activated in perfect unison, launching missiles and energy blasts at incoming ships. Cloaked fighters darted between Imperial vessels, delivering precision strikes and then vanishing into hidden routes. The humans had mastered the art of surprise and deception, turning their apparent disadvantage into the ultimate weapon. Imperial ships that had dominated countless battles were now disoriented and vulnerable, facing an enemy they had believed to be weak. Even the Empire's elite units struggled to adapt. Their training had not prepared them for the level of coordination, foresight, and adaptability the humans displayed. Every engagement highlighted the gap between arrogance and preparedness. Soldiers who had expected easy victories found themselves outmaneuvered and outclassed. The humans combined patience, strategy, and technology to create overwhelming results without reckless risk, proving that intelligence could match and surpass raw power. Human commanders observed every move, adjusting tactics in real time. Each success built confidence and allowed them to expand their control of key areas. Reinforcements were deployed instantly to reinforce points of attack, while secondary fleets moved to intercept any Imperial retreat. The humans' ability to adapt, anticipate, and coordinate created a situation where the Empire was reacting rather than acting, losing control over the battlefield for the first time in centuries. By the end of the initial engagements, the Empire had suffered massive losses, their formations broken, key ships destroyed, and morale plummeting. The humans had struck decisively, demonstrating that they were not merely defenders but a force capable of offensive action. Every attack had been carefully planned, and every outcome predicted. The Empire's vanguard now knew that they had underestimated humanity, and the full scale of human power was beginning to emerge. The first strike set the tone for the larger conflict, shattering the Empire's assumptions and proving that humans were not a passive species. Their sudden, precise, and devastating attacks revealed the culmination of centuries of preparation, patience, and strategic brilliance. The Empire had walked into a trap of their own making, and humanity's counterattack was only beginning. Human soldiers appeared on battlefronts with unmatched precision and timing. Their presence surprised the Empire, which had believed humans to be weak and disorganized. Small squads moved quickly through debris-filled space and ruined Imperial ships, dismantling defenses from within. Every move was calculated, every strike intentional, and every action coordinated to create maximum impact. The humans combined advanced technology with brilliant strategy, overwhelming enemy forces despite being outnumbered. Orbital battles raged as human fleets engaged Imperial ships with exact accuracy. Missiles struck critical systems, energy blasts disabled shields, and cloaked fighters struck and disappeared before enemy retaliation. The humans had predicted every Imperial tactic, countering attacks before they could be completed. Even the Empire's largest and most heavily armed vessels struggled to respond, their formations broken by unexpected maneuvers and sudden strikes. On planetary surfaces, human soldiers coordinated attacks with orbital fleets, synchronizing assaults on ground bases, supply depots, and command centers. Each target was chosen for maximum strategic effect, crippling Imperial operations without unnecessary risk. Infiltration teams neutralized key officers and sabotaged essential systems, leaving Imperial forces confused and unable to coordinate effectively. Every operation was executed with discipline and precision, demonstrating the humans' superior tactical understanding. The humans' sudden appearance shifted the momentum of the conflict, turning the Empire from attacker to defender. Imperial leaders realized their overconfidence had been a fatal mistake. They had underestimated humans completely, failing to anticipate their technological sophistication, tactical brilliance, and ability to coordinate multiple fronts simultaneously. Every failed attack by Imperial forces further boosted human morale, reinforcing the idea that strategy and intelligence could triumph over sheer numbers. Human intelligence networks played a crucial role, monitoring Imperial communications, predicting fleet movements, and identifying weaknesses in real time. Data was shared instantly across battlefronts, allowing human commanders to deploy forces where they were most needed. Even hidden installations deep within human-controlled sectors could act in unison, striking at critical points simultaneously. The Empire faced an enemy that seemed everywhere at once, yet remained invisible until it struck. Specialized human units executed rapid, surgical attacks on high-value targets, disabling warships, disrupting supply chains, and neutralizing command structures. Every successful mission weakened the Empire's capacity to fight effectively, while simultaneously demonstrating the humans' adaptability and creativity. Soldiers trained in stealth, combat, and sabotage moved with extraordinary coordination, ensuring that no opportunity was wasted and no risk left uncalculated. Imperial morale began to collapse under the pressure of unexpected human tactics. Officers who had expected obedience and fear now faced defiance and ingenuity. Confusion spread among fleets as orders failed to achieve results. The humans had created an environment where every Imperial movement could be anticipated and exploited. Every delay, mistake, or hesitation by Imperial forces became an advantage for human commanders. Despite being outnumbered, humans used terrain, technology, and timing to maximize efficiency. Orbital defenses protected key installations, while mobile strike units created diversions, drawing Imperial forces into traps. Every operation was supported by real-time intelligence, allowing humans to react instantly to changes and counter Imperial maneuvers. The Empire's advanced technology could not compensate for the humans' superior planning, coordination, and adaptability. Human leadership emphasized flexibility, allowing commanders on the ground and in space to make independent decisions based on unfolding conditions. This decentralized strategy enabled rapid responses to Imperial tactics, preventing the enemy from exploiting weaknesses. Soldiers and ships worked together as a single, cohesive unit, executing plans that had been honed through decades of preparation. Their ability to combine strategy, technology, and intuition made them nearly unstoppable. By the end of the engagement, Imperial forces were scattered, their formations broken, and key vessels destroyed. Human soldiers had not only defended their territories, but had taken the fight directly to the Empire, demonstrating that humans were capable of offense as well as defense. Every victory, no matter how small, reinforced the humans' advantage, showing that careful preparation, discipline, and intelligence could overcome even the most powerful foe. The sudden emergence of human forces shocked the galaxy, turning a previously underestimated species into a formidable power. The Empire's assumption of weakness had been shattered, replaced by the harsh reality that humans were a strategic, technologically advanced, and highly adaptable civilization. Their appearance on battlefronts had changed the course of the conflict, proving that hidden strength, patience, and planning could outmatch brute force. Every move humans made reinforced a simple truth: the Empire had misjudged them completely. The humans' combination of foresight, strategy, and courage had begun to rewrite the rules of engagement, ensuring that from this moment onward, the Empire could no longer assume dominance, and the balance of power in the galaxy was shifting in favor of humanity. Human forces pressed forward relentlessly, reclaiming planets and systems that the Empire had thought were already under its control. Every strike was calculated to maximize impact, combining orbital bombardments, ground assaults, and stealth infiltrations. Citizens watched in awe as human soldiers liberated their worlds with precision, showing a level of coordination and strategy the Empire could not match. Each victory reinforced the humans' confidence, proving that centuries of preparation had created a force capable of taking the fight to the enemy. Imperial fleets, once unstoppable, found themselves constantly on the defensive, reacting to human maneuvers rather than dictating them. Their formations were broken repeatedly, and key officers struggled to maintain order. Every human engagement exploited weaknesses that the Empire had overlooked, demonstrating that intelligence, adaptability, and teamwork could overcome raw power. Small squads infiltrated enemy bases, disabling critical systems and creating confusion. While larger forces engaged in direct combat, the humans ensured that every Imperial response was countered effectively. As humans reclaimed occupied worlds, they encountered populations that had suffered under Imperial rule. Yet, instead of exploiting fear or demonstrating dominance, human soldiers restored order, rebuilt infrastructure, and ensured safety for civilians. This approach strengthened morale both on the battlefield and in liberated sectors, showing that humanity's power was not only military, but also moral and strategic. Every action reinforced the humans' reputation as protectors and skilled tacticians. The Empire's elite units, trained for centuries to crush resistance, now faced opponents who anticipated their every move. Human commanders had studied Imperial tactics in detail, predicting formations, strategies, and even the psychological tendencies of their officers. Every ambush, feint, and counterattack was executed with precision, demonstrating a level of coordination and foresight that left the Empire struggling to adapt. Their arrogance, once a strength, had become a fatal flaw, exploited relentlessly by disciplined human forces. Humans used their technology to maximum advantage, cloaked ships appearing suddenly to strike at vulnerable targets, automated defenses coordinating flawlessly with ground and orbital units, communication networks transmitting real-time updates to commanders across multiple planets. Every element of human capability was integrated into a seamless system, making them almost impossible to outmaneuver. The Empire had underestimated the speed and flexibility with which humans could respond to any threat. Every victory built momentum, allowing human forces to expand control quickly. Imperial supply lines were severed, command chains disrupted, and morale shattered. The humans ensured that the Empire could never recover its initiative. Every reclaimed world became a base for further operations, strengthening their overall position in the conflict. The Empire's assumption that humans were passive and disorganized proved disastrously wrong, and every setback reinforced the humans' tactical superiority. Human soldiers maintained strict discipline, ensuring minimal losses while maximizing impact. Each unit knew its objectives, priorities, and contingencies, allowing them to operate independently yet remain coordinated. Leaders encouraged adaptability and critical thinking so that soldiers could respond effectively to unexpected challenges. Every engagement reflected the combination of preparation, experience, and training that had been cultivated for generations. The psychological effect on the Empire was profound. Imperial officers, once filled with confidence, now faced fear and uncertainty. They had encountered a species that could match strategy, anticipate movements, and strike with devastating precision. Even the Empire's most feared and experienced units could not regain the initiative. Human actions reshaped the battlefield, proving that careful planning and intelligent execution could outmatch brute force. Civilians across human territories contributed to the ongoing campaign, providing intelligence, resources, and support. Communities worked together to rebuild cities and repair defenses, ensuring that liberated worlds could serve as strongholds for further operations. Every citizen became part of a larger effort, strengthening human resilience and capacity to maintain pressure on the Empire. The combination of military precision and civilian support made humanity's advance unstoppable. As the campaign continued, the Empire's dominance was steadily eroded. Every fleet destroyed and every world reclaimed sent a clear message that humans were no longer passive. They had emerged from obscurity to challenge and surpass a galactic power. Humanity's resolve, strategy, and unity became the decisive factors in the conflict, demonstrating that preparation, intelligence, and courage could overturn centuries of assumed superiority. By the end of these operations, the Empire was forced into retreat, its forces scattered and demoralized, entire sectors liberated and brought under human control. Humanity's rise was undeniable. Their victories reshaped the galactic balance of power, proving that the underestimated species had not only survived, but had the strength and wisdom to dominate. Every step forward strengthened their legacy and ensured that the Empire would never again view humans as weak or insignificant. In the aftermath of the sudden human counterattack, the Empire struggled to comprehend the scale of its defeat. Entire fleets lay in ruins, key command structures destroyed, and morale among soldiers shattered. Imperial officers who had once exuded confidence now faced panic and disbelief. They had underestimated humans for centuries, assuming that silence and modest technology meant weakness, and that arrogance proved to be their greatest mistake. Human soldiers and commanders moved with relentless determination, consolidating control over liberated systems. Every planet reclaimed was secured with careful precision, ensuring that the Empire could not regain its footing. Civilian populations celebrated their liberation, reinforcing the humans' role not only as warriors but as protectors and organizers. Every victory strengthened the humans' position, demonstrating that preparation, strategy, and unity could overcome even the most powerful enemy. The Empire's retreat was chaotic, ships scattering in multiple directions. Communications broke down as isolated units struggled to regroup. The humans exploited every weakness, striking where Imperial forces were most vulnerable. Every retreating ship became a target, and every disorganized maneuver amplified the Empire's losses. The speed and efficiency of human operations left no room for recovery, turning defeat into a decisive and irreversible blow. Human fleets and soldiers coordinated flawlessly across vast distances, using intelligence networks, real-time communications, and strategic foresight to anticipate Imperial moves. Every operation reinforced the humans' dominance, showing that they could maintain control over both space and planetary battlefronts. The Empire's technological superiority was irrelevant against humans who combined innovation, coordination, and adaptability in ways no other species had achieved. As Imperial leaders attempted to regroup, they realized their entire strategy had failed. Every assumption about human weakness and predictability had been proven wrong. Their arrogance had blinded them to centuries of preparation and hidden strength. Even their most experienced officers could not devise a counterattack capable of reversing the human advance. The Empire was forced into a defensive posture it had never experienced, retreating and recalculating in the face of an enemy that refused to yield. The psychological impact on the Empire was profound. Fear and uncertainty spread through fleets and command centers. Soldiers questioned their orders, while leaders grappled with the reality that their dominance was no longer assured. The humans' unexpected rise shattered the Empire's confidence, creating chaos that extended beyond the battlefield. Every loss served as a reminder that arrogance and underestimation could lead to catastrophic failure. Humans moved swiftly to secure their gains, fortifying systems, repairing damage, and preparing for any possible Imperial counterattacks. Hidden fleets remained on standby, ready to intercept any attempt to reclaim lost territory. Civilian and military coordination ensured that no area was vulnerable. The Empire had never faced an opponent capable of such efficiency, foresight, and unity, and every action taken by humans reinforced this advantage. Diplomatic channels across the galaxy began to shift as news of the human victories spread. Neighboring civilizations, once intimidated by the Empire, reconsidered their positions. Some offered alliances, while others sought protection. The humans' demonstration of strategic brilliance and technological sophistication altered perceptions instantly, proving that a species previously considered insignificant could now influence the balance of power in the galaxy. Despite the chaos among Imperial forces, humans maintained order and discipline. Each reclaimed world became a bastion of defense and administration, ensuring stability while continuing to pressure retreating Imperial units. Their ability to combine offense with governance highlighted a level of maturity and planning unmatched by any known civilization. Every action reflected generations of preparation and a commitment to preserving both security and justice. By the end of the conflict, the Empire's plans lay in ruins, its fleets shattered, planets lost, and authority questioned. Humanity had emerged not only as a military power, but as a strategic force capable of shaping the galaxy's future. Every victory proved that careful preparation, patience, and unity could overcome overwhelming odds. The Empire, once seen as unstoppable, now faced the reality of a species that had waited silently, learned relentlessly, and struck with precision. The galaxy watched in awe as humans solidified their control. A civilization long underestimated had revealed its true capabilities, and the balance of power had irrevocably shifted. The Empire, unprepared for such cunning and coordination, could only retreat and regroup, learning a harsh lesson in humility. Humanity's rise was complete, their hidden strength fully revealed, and the galaxy would never again see them as weak, insignificant, or passive. Every action taken by humans during this final stage reinforced the truth that preparation, strategy, and courage could redefine history. The Empire's arrogance had crumbled under the calculated might of a species once dismissed. Humanity had proven that it was capable of shaping the galaxy, not merely surviving in it. And with this decisive victory, a new era began, one in which the humans' legacy of strength, unity, and intelligence would dominate.